Hi there, my name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA, and welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text and we tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree. This is for the second Sunday of Easter, and we are looking at the Gospel lesson. It's for the Revised Common Lectionary and the Narrative Lectionary, because both lectionaries have the same text for this Sunday. We always have the same text this Sunday, whether we're in A, B, or C, and that is John 20, and it's the continuation of the resurrection story in John, and it's a week after the resurrection, and so it works perfectly to follow the story that we had Easter a week ago, and now we have this story. And it's also where Doubting Thomas gets his name, which is ridiculous because I saw a cartoon that was like, we don't call him Denying Peter, and so why do we call Thomas Doubting Thomas? Because Thomas just wants what all the other disciples had. And so, but anyway, so we are looking at the gospel lesson. Now there's two directions we could look at going. One is, I find it interesting that it's right after the resurrection. Jesus has appeared and Christ is not there. He is risen. Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. And a week later, they're in the upper room. The doors are locked out of fear. So the first direction is to go, you don't need any items from the Dollar Tree. All you need is these, your hands and bodies and the congregation, because you're going to do the wave. You know the wave, the sports wave where it's ah, ah, and you start on one side of the congregation and you move over to the other side of the congregation, people doing the wave. And the kids are going to help lead it, and they do the wave. The reason is because there's sometimes during the wave, and the wave happens like this, there's sometimes during the wave that there's ups, and then there's sometimes that there's downs, but you're still all doing the wave. There's ups and there's downs, but you're part of this experience of doing the wave. Here in the gospel lesson, we have one of the down moments where there's been the up on Easter. And then there's a little more questions and wondering. There's down, and then there might be an up again. But this moving back and forth, that this life of faith isn't just this constant, but there's times where you're like, yes, 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 I get it. And then there's other times where you go, oh, I've got some questions. I'm not too sure about all of this, and that's okay as well. And it's a good time to stress with the kids that it's okay to ask questions. Thomas was like, I want to see Jesus. You got to see Jesus. Where is he? And that's essential to the story, because when Jesus shows up, he addresses Thomas. He says to Thomas, hey, I know the questions you're asking. It might be a paraphrase, but still, that's that thing. Here, put your hands here. Touch the wound in my side. And and then Thomas answers, my Lord, my God. And it's this wave again. So that's one direction I'm going, which I really like, and that's probably what I'm going to be using. The other is bringing plastic Easter eggs. They can be empty, they can be filled with something, but some type of Easter celebration. And as you're there, you can go, Christ is risen, he is risen indeed, happy Easter. And there's a good chance that one of the kids or somebody will say, Easter was last Sunday. And it's a good time to stress two things. One is that we are still in the season of Easter. This is, note, when we were in Lent, it was Sundays in Lent. This is second Sunday of Easter. And so we're in Easter. And so a good stress that we're still celebrating Easter. It's that we're in the season of Easter. The other is to highlight and stress that every Sunday is what we call Little Easters. That every Sunday we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. And so there are little Easters throughout the year. And they give us a chance to reclaim and to come back and celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. So those are two directions I'm going. I hope one of those can be useful for you. And always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a fantastic week. And remember, Christ is risen. Christ is risen indeed. Hallelujah.